Quack, quack, everybody. So, I just realized it's been almost a year since Amagansett Press came to one of Lucky Ducky Creek Band's shows. It was the only show, it was the first show here in Grand Island, Nebraska, of all places. And I just wanted to say thank you again to Amagansett Press, and thank you to all of you who stuck around, and for fans of Amagansett Press and fans of the Lucky Ducky Creek Band. Just wanted to reflect a little on what that experience was like a year from when it happened. And also just want to let you know, if the content's been a little quiet lately, it's May and I'm a teacher. And if you know what it's like teaching in May, you know. So it's a very joyful time for the teachers and students, but it's an extremely full and exhausting time for the teachers and the students. And so right now, my main focus for the next 2.5 weeks is landing the plane well with the school year and just finishing strong. So that's why it's been a little quiet, but we'll have stuff coming. But anyhow, here comes the reflection. About a year ago, I played what I thought was going to be the first and last Lucky Ducky Creek Band show for a public audience. The plan was simple. Last year, I had some songs from 20 years ago when I was just a straight out of college kid. And life happened. I never did anything with them. And then I started wanting to write new ones. And I thought, I told my students to write music, to play music with their friends. And so maybe, last year's project was, I want to show them how I've done it. So they think, well, if Mr. Hollis can do it, they can do it. So I found some people. I put a group together and we played their recital, and then the group said, let's play another show just for fun. And so we played a show downtown, and that was going to be it. That was going to be thank you, good night. I'm not going to write music anymore. I'm just going to, but then near the end of the show, Amagansett Press, they're filming by the window, and then they walked in. And I didn't really know who they were. I just saw cameras, and I went in a teacher PR mode. That's just kind of what I do. I went, oh, are you guys new local news guys? I don't recognize you. And they said, no, we're just a travel blog. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to plug my band, because that's what people should do. When people come with a camera, put your best foot forward. You're being watched. But so I just did my normal thing, and I talked to them like I would talk to anybody. Didn't think much of it. I'd never heard of that channel before, by the way. They seemed okay guys. I know some people have said they're great guys. Some people have told me they're very less than okay. They were good to me. But anyhow, after this happened, I went home. I looked up Amagansett Press. I didn't know how to pronounce it initially. Thanks to you guys for helping me with that. I realized they had millions of followers. They had a big audience. And then I saw, how some people benefited from being featured on Amagansett Press. Some people didn't. For about a solid week, I was extremely nervous. I didn't know there was a whole world of First Amendment auditors. And I didn't know, what their thing was all about. And I realized, oh, I think we're good because we were decent. But this video could go either really well for me and really well for us, or it could go really bad. And so, no kidding, for a solid week, I was praying like crazy. I was like, please, God, help them make us look decent at least. And they did. And so big first off to Amagansett Press, thank you so much. You didn't have to make us look great. And I really appreciate how you guys were straight up with us, and you guys were professional, and you guys were awesome to us. It'd be great to have a follow-up conversation with you guys and just to thank you again in person, but it was very, very cool. And so after that, things did pick up online, and that was very, very fun. Seeing the YouTube notifications in the hundreds was wow. We didn't go viral, which I'm kind of grateful for, because that would have disrupted life a little too much. But we had a very fun moment, and that was awesome. We broke 1,000 subscribers, but then we went down. But we've held steady at around 800, which I'll take. I'll take it. I know internet fame is fleeting. I have 2 jobs that people really depend on me. Well, 3 actually. I'm a public school teacher, I'm a private studio teacher, and I'm a deacon of the Catholic Church. Those got to be my main focus. So I'm totally okay with this thing on the side, and I'm kind of glad we didn't go viral. But the best part of this whole thing, it wasn't the numbers, it was the people like all of you, and hearing back from that. I don't know if you were going to stay for another year or not, but I just want to let you know how much I appreciated this. I had some former students from my Omaha days find that were fans of Amagansett Press. They found the video and they're like, oh my goodness, it's Hollis. That was really cool. I've had numerous people that I don't even know, thanks to Amagansett Press, saying, hey, this one song you wrote, that really meant a lot to me, and I listened to this during a very hard time, and it carried me through. Wow. I just wrote these songs for me, hoping maybe one person would get them, or my students would be inspired to play, but that was a tremendous gift. That was very cool. We sold hats with the store that I used. I didn't have to put money in to sell hats, but I needed to sell at least 100 to get profit. I sold about 20 hats, but here's the cool thing. Someone in Germany bought a Lucky Ducky Trucky hat. Someone in South Africa bought a Lucky Ducky Trucky hat. Someone in England bought a Lucky Ducky Trucky hat. And someone in South America, yep, right down there, they bought a Lucky Ducky Trucky hat. And so there are Lucky Ducky Creek Band hats all around the world. That's so cool. Thank you for supporting this project, even though I didn't get any money back from Zazzle. You guys spread the word and spread the music. So that's something I'm going to always remember. I had an international audience. That was so cool. But it was also a real good reality check. Having 800 fans online does not always transfer to real life. I was shocked, local media didn't say Amagansett Press was here. It was kind of just, eh. And then I saw the Amagansett Press video of Grand Island was removed. The Watching the Watchmen video is still on, which, I don't know who got it taken down or what, but it is what it is. I'm still glad Watching the Watchmen has us on there, and I'm glad Amagansett Press gave us that push, because it made it a very fun year. But yeah, locally, a lot of people didn't see that. Finding venues this summer, a lot of people, you're unproven live. We don't care that you have 800 followers. We don't want you to play until we've seen you do more live gigs. Music, there's still gatekeeping. There's still, even if you've got a master's in music and you're 42 years old, been playing for a while, people know people. And yeah, online success does not translate into real life. You can have 800 followers and then 10 people show up to your gig. So that's just something I've learned. And then also, I never chased the algorithm, but I had fun with it. Noticing sometimes I would post something I thought was really good and no one would watch it. And then I just, for kicks and giggles, I posted my watch collection and that popped, So it's just interesting, just learning just how things work. And that's, yeah. We didn't make any money, but it was a very fun year, and it's made me want to keep making music on the side. Instead of watching TV, instead of taking an extra nap, I play a little guitar, so that's good. But, this whole thing, it didn't change my life in a big dramatic way. I'm still teaching. I'm still serving as a deacon, and my students, they were just kind of like meh when I got viral. Well, semi-viral, we'll call it semi-viral. But this was a side project, and it was validation for my own art, knowing, hey, I could just play a song, and some people said, keep on playing. That's good. But this whole thing just showed that my music did have meaning. It did connect with people. And people were saying, keep going. And honestly, that's more than enough. And so moving forward, thank you for the year. Thank you, especially Amagansett Press, for this has been a positive thing for my life. It did not make me famous. I got $0, but I've got a richer life from this. I've got to meet people online who have appreciated my music, and I now, when I watch YouTube, I see people from a content creator's standpoint thinking, "Oh, they're doing this. I should try this. I should try this." Someday this summer, I got to learn more editing stuff to make these videos a little better and slicker. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Slowly, we'll get better. And if you're here to watch it, great. If not, thank you for stopping by. I really liked having you here. But anyhow, so the content's a little slow lately. But this summer, we got 2 shows at least coming up in Grand Island. Who knows? If they go well, maybe some other shows might materialize. We got, if you check the posts, I got the posters up. So yeah, come down to Daily Dose. We've got June 11th, 5 to 7. And then we've got July 9th, 5 to 7. I'm collaborating with Maddie Baker, Mad Dog. She's in Lucky Ducky Creek Band. One thing I didn't get to tell you, Mike Gapp, our bassist, had to move. And Kieran Wood, our drummer, had to move. So the band we'll find some new members, but right now Maddie and I are still collaborating, so we're kind of the Jimmy Page and the Robert Plant of the project. So you got the core of Lucky Ducky, and so in June you'll have Maddie, so you might get a couple Lucky Ducky songs right there. And then in July, we have Jesse Hake, another local musician I'll be collaborating with just to get some more local cred, because lots of YouTube views mean nothing on the local level. I've learned that. And I got an album on the way. It's going to be coming out. I'm shooting for Independence Day. It's a solo album because Mike and Kieran left. I decided just write something on my own, which is good. Then I'll also be collaborating on a couple of Maddie's recordings too, just kind of. So this summer I've got, not going on tour, but we got 2 shows and some projects I'm working on. And once again, this will be free. It'll be on YouTube first because DistroKid's a little pricey. Once I get the money, I'll put that. And then the Christmas album, it's on YouTube, but I'm eventually want to put that on DistroKid too, so you can get it on the other streaming platforms. But it's coming. I don't know when. When I get some more jingle jangle, we'll do that. But so there's some stuff, and the solo album I'm really proud of. Railside Ramble was songs from a 20-year span. Flying Solo was 1-year span when I popped semi-viral and half of the band had to move. Now, Lucky Ducky Creek Band, it's a Creek Band. We'll eventually get a new drummer and a new bassist. It'll go, and the lineup will change. That's how it is. Kind of like the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, another band I like. So it's okay. I'll keep making music. You got to keep playing. Just like Del Paxton in the movie That Thing You Do. Says, there ain't nothing that can keep a band together, but what you got to do is keep playing, you know. And that's the biggest truth I've known. So yeah, Maddie and I will have a gig. I'll be collaborating on some of Maddie's new songs that she might release. And Jesse Hake and I will play a solo show. And I got a solo album, and who knows what the next year brings. Who knows what other musicians I will look at. And I'll keep sharing things when I can. And, you know, nothing huge, but just steady as we go. When I record my album, I'll also do a Behind the Quack Tracks where I'm going to talk about the meaning behind every song. I really like that. Singer-songwriter, that's one of my favorite things, is to know what was the artist thinking about this. So I'm going to give that to you. So, yeah, all of you who've been here for me this past year, and then Amagansett Press, who came to our show, what I thought was our one and only show, thank you. It has really meant a lot to me. And then also, I didn't expect I'd be doing this for a year. And I didn't expect I'd still be doing this moving forward. Here's where you get your voice here. If there's something you'd like to see more of here, feel free to let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll make that happen. That'll be kind of fun. I never knew I'd be an influencer type person, so we'll do that. So anyhow, I should probably get back to finishing the school year strong and landing the plane. So thanks again, and quack you later.